Did you know you can create tabs inside Excel sheets? They're fully clickable, change colors when selected, and the data updates automatically. Let me show you how to make this step by step. First up, we're gonna need a sheet with all of our data. In this case, I've got a few different transactions per month. So I want the month section to be where I have the different tabs. So I should have one for January, another one for February, etc. For this first, we'll convert it into a table by pressing Ctrl T and then pressing on OK. Then we're gonna have another sheet where we'll actually add all of the different tabs. Here in cell A1, we're just gonna type January for the time being, and up over here, we're actually gonna name this cell the selected underscore month. This is a very important step, so make sure you follow along. Now we just wanna add all of the different shapes for each of the tabs. So we're gonna go over to Insert, under Shapes. I'm gonna choose one that has rounded on the top and the bottom is squared. So let's go for something like this. I'm just gonna add it right around here. There's one, and let me quickly format this one first. So I'm gonna choose, let's say, dark blue and have no outline like that. That's looking better. And basically we just wanna duplicate this by pressing Ctrl Shift and dragging it to the right like that. We wanna do that 4 times for each of the 4 months. To select more than one, just press the Control key like this, and I can make them bigger maybe, make them a bit wider as well. And if I want them to be distributed exactly the same, so in the same distance side to side, we just want to select all of them with the Control key, go under Align, distribute horizontally, and let's also make sure they're all on the same height, so align to the top as well. Now let's say I just put them roughly at this row 5 height, and I'm also gonna go ahead and change the fonts inside, make sure they're centered like this, and maybe I can bolden them and make them a bit bigger. Obviously we can't see them yet, but once we type here, let's say I just type January here, you'll see how it looks quite big. Let me fast forward how I type the other months. Great, right around here in row 5, maybe we can also add a bottom border. So under borders here, let's just say I go for a thick bottom border like that. That's gonna separate everything, and right below is where we'll have the actual answers. So maybe we can copy all of the headers from here with Control C and just paste them over on this side. To make them stand out a bit more, maybe I can change the color to something like a blue like that. And basically whenever we click on a specific shape, let's say I click on this one, I want it to change to this blue color like this. When I go to February, then the February one should get selected and all of the data should change to the February data. That brings us to our next step, which is to create a function that shows all of the data depending on what month we have selected. We'll type equals filter here, hit the tab key. The array is what do we want as the answers. We actually want all of the data, so all of the columns as you can see here. So we'll go ahead and select all of them by pressing Ctrl Shift down and Ctrl Shift right. Here, table 1, it says all. Then we'll put a comma there as the include part. We want it to include only when this whole month area is equals to, go back to the tabs area, and it's whatever it says up here on this A1 cell. That's why I said this is gonna be a pretty important cell later. We can then close the parenthesis and hit enter. You can see for January, it's found all of the January data. If I were to change this to February, you'll notice that it changes everything to the February data too. We need to do some more formatting here, especially on the date. So let me select all of these and maybe some more below just to get a bit of a buffer and press Ctrl 1. So let's go over to custom and we're just gonna call this day-mm for day and month. If you want, you could also add 2 Ys for the year like that. Hopefully that's looking a bit better. Let me also align this to the center. Awesome, now the data is actually working. We have all of the data for January. But you'll notice even if I click on the February shape or on the March shape, nothing actually changes, which is what we need to work on next. I'm gonna show you 2 ways to make this dynamic, one using VBA code, which is definitely recommended, and the second option without writing any code, but it doesn't do quite the same thing, which we'll look at later. First of all, what we need to do is name each of these shapes. Go over to the top left-hand side, and here I'm gonna call this tab_January. Then we want to do the same thing for the next one, and this one's going to be for February. So tab_February, and let me fast forward the last 2. Awesome. Now that we've named each of these four, we can go over to the developer tab where we'll get started with the VBA code. If you can't find this developer tab, just go to any other tab, right click, and customize the ribbon. Here on the right hand side, you'll see that the developer is not ticked for you. So make sure you tick that and then press on OK. So we'll head over to developer, click on Visual Basic, and you'll probably see a page that looks like this. You might not be very familiar with it, but don't worry, just head over to Insert and click on Module. Once you do, you want to paste all of this code, which I've actually added for free in the video description. Under the Excel file, just download the entire Excel file where I have the code as well. This does look a bit overwhelming, so let's go over quickly what it's supposed to do. First thing is that depending on what we select, the tab should change color. So for instance, when they're not selected, you'll notice we have this hex code over here, which is basically the dark blue. However, when we do click on a specific tab right here, then the color should change to a lighter blue. That's one side, but we also needed to actually do the calculation or to actually add some values, which in this case is going to be based on the selected month that we added. That's the cell A1. So based on whatever shape we click on, like the January tab, February tab, March or April, then that selected month should update to a different month name. Down over on the bottom, we have all of the different macros right here that we need to assign to each of these. So all we need to do is just close out of this. You don't need to save it or anything for now. And then we need to assign the macros. So right click on each of the shapes, go over to assign macro, and we want to assign the January to January, the February to February, and so forth. So let me fast forward how I do that. Now, when we click on a specific shape, let's say I click on February, you'll notice that the color changes, so do the values. Same thing for March and April. Even when there's more data, like here in April, you'll see it's able to account for that too. Let me actually format it all correctly. So I'm just gonna put it all in the center like this. And that's all based on this cell A1. So you'll notice that that's the one that's changing, and that's kind of the important piece to this. If you don't wanna see it, you can just hide it by going over and changing the color of it to match the background color. Realistically, you might not have 4 tabs, maybe you need 5 or 6 or even more. So let me show you how to make those changes. But first, if you want to learn VBA code and other in-demand data skills, I'd recommend you check out our Data Analyst program. The program consists of 5 individual courses and over 300 lessons. First, in Excel, you'll learn best practices from formulas to formatting and charts. Then you'll apply your skills with real-life case studies from data cleaning to building a financial model. Then in Power BI, we'll dive into data visualization and creating interactive dashboards. Thirdly, in SQL, you'll work with larger databases, writing SQL queries. Fourth, in Python, we'll start with the basics and eventually advance to analyzing real-time data in LA and even building models to predict housing prices. Finally, in VBA and macros, you learn to automate tasks like generating pivot tables, P&L reports, and much more. So click in the link in the description below to get started with our Data Analyst program today. Alright, so suppose we want to add more tabs than these 4 we currently have, maybe for something like May. Well, first thing I would need to do is add a new shape. So I could right click on this one and just Control Shift and drag that to the right for May. Then first we would need to change the name, so tab April should next be tab May. Once we do that step, we would need to head over to the developer area under Visual Basic again, so click back inside of this area, and we just need to make a few small tweaks. First, we just need to add a tab May, so we could copy this one and add it right here to the side. Then down over towards the bottom, you'll notice we have a sub for each of them. So a January one, February one, etc. We would just need to create a new one for May. Then we could just close out of that, make sure we assign it. So right click, assign macro to May this time. And that's pretty much it. Alright, now let's format this a bit better as right now it looks a bit rough. Maybe we can call this the interactive budget dashboard. Hit enter there. I'm just gonna go ahead and center this area with merge and center and bolden it. I'm also gonna make it a fair bit bigger. Let's say something like that. Then for the background, I think it might be nice if we isolate it and make it something like a dark blue background, such that we only have one part that's white, which is the middle. I'm also gonna get rid of the grid lines by going to View and unticking on grid lines. So all of this part, maybe I'm gonna change to a blue color. So blue all the way here, make sure the font is white. And then all the way over to the side as well in blue. And same thing over on the bottom area, maybe from like here onwards. Now let's see what this looks like. This part, I'm just gonna change the font color to match the background so we don't see that. So it says interactive budget dashboard here. I can change the data. As you can see, all of that part updates. Maybe I just want to add a bit more of a margin down here. So I'm going to change this over to a white color. But you can see that this is looking a lot more sleek. If you ever need to add more rows of data, let me show you how that's done. Maybe I just duplicate one. So I'm going to copy this and paste it down on the bottom. You'll notice that the table goes one lower, so it seems to account for it already. If I go over to March, you'll notice that we have the utilities part duplicated, so that's been able to update automatically. Because we used VBA code to write macros, we need to save this as a macro-enabled workbook. For this, head over to File and press on Save As. And under Browse down here, instead of an Excel workbook, we want to save as a macro-enabled workbook. And now we're just ready to go. As promised, let me show you a workaround if you don't want to use VBA code. Over here, we have the same file, but this time you'll notice that nothing actually works. So even if I click on these, they don't update, and that's fine. What we're gonna do next is go towards the bottom where it says January and just duplicate that by Control and dragging to the right. Then we'll name these for each of the months. So this is April, and let me fast forward that. Awesome, so we have each of these four, and now for the first one, we wanna have January selected, so it's fine as is. But for February, we're actually just gonna manually change the colors. So I'm gonna change that to have February that's in bright blue, and up here as the selected month, I'm also going to change that to February, and we'll have the February data. So you can see I have January, February, and let me do the last two. Now when I click on a new sheet, you'll notice that this kind of works like a tab, but I can't actually click on it right now. So what I'm going to do is hyperlink it by pressing Ctrl K. And this is gonna go to a place in this document, and I want it to go to the February sheet when I click on the February shape. With the March one, I want it to go to March, and the April obviously to April, so Control K again and select April. So now I'm in January, but if I click on February, it takes me to February and highlights that part and shows me those answers. If I go back to January, I need to do the same thing here, so Control K and just click on January. So now I'm able to go to January, I'm able to go back to February. So it works pretty similar to a tab. The only difference is that we had to make new worksheets, but to someone that's just clicking around, they're not even gonna notice. That's just one of the creative ways that you can use Excel. If you wanna see how modern analysts currently use Excel, you should watch this video over here, or you can take our Excel course over here. Hit that like and that subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.